Now, on June 3rd, 2015, 5 years ago, Ghana was hit with a major disaster. It was a flood and fire tragedy which became known as the twin disaster. 150 people died. Now, improper planning, poor sanitation, and heavy rainfall were some of the main causes of that disaster. At the time, authorities declared that as a country, we will take drastic measures to tackle these problems, including poor sanitation, improper planning, flooding that led to the disaster. Subsequently, in what turned out to be a knee-jerk and 9-day wonder reaction, we saw the demolition of some structures in waterways, the distilling of the Adore drain in that same year, all to ensure history was not repeated. We even came up with the catchphrase, "Never again," to reflect our resolve to work against a recurrence of a similar disaster and set up a commission of inquiry to unravel the circumstances of the disaster and make recommendations of the way forward. Unfortunately, months after trying to put our house in order to avert another disaster, we went back to our business as usual mode. Now, 5 years down the lane, after that tragic incident, what do we see? People are still building in waterways all over the cities, and authorities look on and in some cases condone or even are complicit to the ills. People still dump refuse indiscriminately, forgetting it will end up in our drains, our waterways and water bodies. And of course, when the rains set in, our folly will be exposed. Let's look at another disaster, May 9. This was another tragedy in which we lost 127 football fans at the Accra Sports Stadium. Now, after that sad incident in the history of sports in Ghana, and for that matter, Africa, a commission of inquiry was set up to look into the incident and make recommendations to ensure history does not repeat itself. The question I beg to ask today is, have we implemented all the things the Sam Okudzeto Commission of Inquiry recommended? We may have built enough exit and entry points at the various stadia and also implemented a number of the recommendations, but have we improved our emergency response system in the sporting world and for that matter as a country? Have we tackled the wrong fan culture, which sometimes engulfs our local marches, leading to the injury of fans, march and security officials, and also the destruction of property? No, we have not. And so today, I leave authorities with these two questions on my mind. The first question: do we have systems in place to avert any disaster of that magnitude? And if a disaster, knock wood, in the form of June 3rd or May 9 struck today, will we be ready? And I'm sure we will not be. Which leads me to my final thoughts. Authorities must put in place systems to minimize the effects of disasters. We need a systematic overhaul. We need structural changes to the way we manage public spaces. We also need a properly structured emergency response system. And finally, we need to place value for human lives at the center of our policy planning and implementation. This has been Vivian's View. My name is Vivian Kai Lokko. Thank you for watching What the Papers Are Saying. Goodbye.